It's like aggressively cold in here. You're like holding it in, so it's okay if you don't laugh because you're like, I gotta conserve energy right now. I don't know. I drove here tonight. I'm lucky enough to have a car, but have you ever taken a bus when you don't normally use public transit and you feel like a goddamn hero? Look at me, mingling with the common folk. And I get like way over positive. I'm like, I'm gonna save money, I'm gonna save the earth with this one bus ride. And then, like, I'm really positive, you know, I'm like, yes, pregnant woman, take my seat. Oh, I'm saving so many fossil fuels by not driving my car. And then, boom, like one person will run into me or like slightly touch me, and I'm like, it's fucking go time. All of a sudden, I'm in the NFL. Like, all my testosterone releases. I want to tackle someone. When I get home, I will beat my wife. So that, but it takes a lot of effort to like keep your sanity on a bus, because like after 4 minutes, everyone's done with riding on the bus. I personally don't have a really good work ethic. I think that's why I get so feisty so easily. Like, have you ever had a minimum wage job where your whole plan is to trick your boss you're working so you still get paid? Like, that's what I do. I'll roll in, I'll be like, oh, I'll just pretend to work, and then they'll still pay me, and then my boss walks away, and I start messing around, and then I realize that my boss could come back at any moment, so I start to pretend a little more often, and then I realize my boss could be over any time. Like, they also work here, so I start to pretend more and more often, and then I realize I'm just doing my job. Who bamboozled who? Yeah, that's me. So my name's Molly, and I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's also a drug called Molly. No affiliation, but often confused. See, because I learned that there's a drug called Molly back in 2nd grade, which completely killed my social life, because that's back when drugs were bad. You know, everyone was getting mad at me, and I'm like, I'm not that bad, Molly. Like, we're separate. It's probably how every Adolf felt that wasn't like the Adolf, you know? No, that wasn't me. That was me in 2nd grade. Because I learned that another name for MDMA is Molly when the DARE officer came in and arrested my math teacher for possession of Molly. Everyone's like, Molly's the reason we lost Mr. Roberts. And I'm like, oh, yo, I'm just here for the fractions. But now that I'm older, drugs are cool in most circles. And I like to pretend I'm also cool. You know, I'll introduce myself as like, hi, I am Molly, like the drug. Fun and addictive. I'll make you thirsty. And ruin your life. The only problem with this plan is that I'm not cool in the slightest for a plethora of reasons. But the one right now at the top of the list is that I just don't really enjoy drinking that much for like a really stupid reason, because I don't like the flavor. I feel like everyone else got the memo except me. It's like, all right, we all like the taste of beer, or can at least tolerate it, even though it tastes like my grandmother's house after she died. And I try so hard. I'll be at parties and I'm like, yeah, bottoms up. Ugh. And then I get like that stroked out face that there's no coming back from. Like, people see that, they're like, what is she doing here? She does not belong. And my friend will have to come forward like, yeah, that was me. I was asked to bring Molly tonight and I'm broke. She's the best that I could do. I don't know, but I guess I save a lot of money because I don't spend it on alcohol. I think I'm saving up when this all falls apart and I actually go to therapy. But I probably shouldn't be buying alcohol because I'm technically too young to drink it. Surprise! I know people often don't expect that, but right now, like, it's illegal for me to drink in the US right now, but it's legal for me to use dating apps. What? Who drew that line? Like, I can meet up with some weird, creepy guy and end up chalked up in the back of his trunk, but I can't have a drink first to numb it. And believe me, you'd have to chop me up to get me in the back of a trunk. I do yoga. I know how inflexible I am. I recently took a yoga class where everyone was over the age of 65, and I I felt really oh, they definitely feel me. And they're like, I've been there. It's nice because they're also bad at yoga. Like, me and old people are all like creaking and cracking the same, like pretending to do the poses. And, you know, we have so much in common. Like, they're creaking and cracking because they're old. I'm doing it because I think I might be a little inbred. So hear me out. My mom was adopted, and then she fucked her brother. No, my mom was adopted. And so she didn't know her heritage, like we didn't know her ethnicity, and she always told me, you know, technically, I was raised culturally Jewish. And if you also don't know what that means, it means that she didn't go to synagogue, she didn't go to Hebrew school, but she also wasn't allowed to have a Christmas tree. But she still got Christmas presents because who are we to make our children suffer? And so my mom finally took a DNA test, and it turns out she's 97% Jew. Yeah, everyone's like, are we allowed to say that right now? 97, like, so we're the European breed of Jew, which is called Ashkenazi. Yeah, they're familiar with their work, which has the word Nazi in it. A little insensitive, in my opinion. But 97, that's so much Jew. I was raised in Montana. I didn't know Jews were real. Like, growing up, I'd see them on TV, and, you know, they're funny, but they're so loud and neurotic and annoying and always complaining and whining and... I see it. Okay, I get it. So I'm, like, practically a purebred. Or a little inbred. No wonder my hips don't work. I have like pedigree dog hips, you know, I'll sit down and one will pop out like it's at an awkward dinner party, like, I'll see myself out. And I'm like, get back here. Like, my hips pop out, my ankles crack, my knees pop, like, my body functions like a haunted hotel. You know, one thing will creak and I'm like, where's that coming from? Yeah, but that's why I love old people yoga, because when everything's popping out of my body, like, I don't have to be embarrassed because it's happening to them too. But we connect on like a much deeper level, me and old people. We're all thinking, am I going to die alone? Them, because they're old. Me, because how is a bossy Jew supposed to get any action in Montana? And since coming to LA, it turns out Jews still aren't in dating season. Well, maybe Jews are, but this one isn't. Should I stop saying Jews so much? Because how things are going, we're next. No, but I really truly know I'm very Jewish. Like, my mom's very Jewish, my dad is technically, ethnically very Jewish. But the only difference, like, our family dynamic is very indicative of like the Jewish folklore, you know, where it's like the mother's very important and the dad, not so much. Because like my mom, she loves that I do stand-up. She supports me so much. But now, she just acts crazier and crazier in front of me, I think in hopes that I'll like pretend to be her on stage. Like, that's my legacy! That's her only plan. So I don't know if she's supporting me. I think she's more saying, I am so funny, I should be on that stage. Whereas my dad, I'm pretty sure he celebrates Hanukkah. Never taught me how. I don't think I can spell it. But to his credit, I also had a rough time spelling Christmas as a kid. I always forgot about that sneaky T. Probably how Jesus felt when he was put on one. Yeah. Like, I grew up with a pretty estranged relationship with my dad, and if you don't know what that means, that's just like every Father's Day card read really ironic, you know? Thanks, Dad, for always being there for me. You're really something special. It's like getting the drunk guest that ruined your wedding a thank you card. You don't really deserve it. No, but I had a stepmom growing up, and she usually hung out with him, and I didn't have to deal with it, but they recently got divorced, which means guess who's back in the will? No, but now now that they've gotten divorced, my dad wants to be friends kind of out of nowhere, and he's selling me on the idea. He's like, I have friends since middle school I talk to, I have friends since high school I'm in touch with, this could be us, Molly. And I realize why he annoys me so much, because he sounds like, I have the best friends, I have the greatest friends, I have the least lonely person you've ever met. It's tremendous. Thank you. I'm Molly Kauffman.
Keep it going for Molly Kauffman, everybody. Wow. Wasn't she great? And Molly, did I hear correctly? Did you just start doing stand-up comedy? Are you pretty new to stand-up comedy? No. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought that's what because I was about to say, I better just quit comedy right now if she just started. Molly's going to be hosting this show next week. God damn, that was funny. One more time for Molly Kauffman. Wasn't she great?